If this is your first time watching or listening to a content from Mission Administrator Sylvester's channel, I would like you to do yourself a favor by subscribing to our channel on YouTube, which is Mission Administrator Sylvester. Actually, this is a spirit-led person, this is a spirit angel moving, and this is a creator showing you what is really in the time or what the times holds. I'll be a great man, a great person, a great spirit to show you the way. And the way of the Lord is that if I have nothing but I have holiness, then it means that is the greatest. For what leads you out of the grave is days you need. And whatever lead you also back into the grave is what you don't need. But if you wish you have anything good in the grave, then that's your way. You can go there. You may depart of my channel and go to your grave. Because I hail not from what you understand, neither where would I be. I have a very short message here to deliver as the concerns of who a brother, mother, or sister is to Christ. Is this reason I'm here right now to display one thing here. Now we have this very special assignment. We have this assignment and you need it. And you need it always. This is what you must do. Some of the things that is being preached out there to you actually doesn't make it what you need, but what you need is of the angel. They will carry it, not a scrap or things that you decide or your own will. When I'm talking, you don't have to tell me God has given you your own will or to make choices. It's never true. When I am talking, when I am ushering, you don't have anyone to tell you that you have a God or you have a creator or he has given you your own will, that you should choose things by your heart desires. Where life concerns human that is created, you have no choice than to obey or follow instructions, because when you fail to obey or to listen to what the angel is saying, it is then you are also sinning again, because you may think that you have been given what freedom to think or to have your will or choices that you could make, is that you should only think that you also have brain, you have head. But are you an angel? Because angels know what to do and what to do, and the right time is what the angels will always do. They will carry their message and deliver at the right time. So if you think the Lord has mandated you to do what you are doing, and when the right angel comes and you are commanded in the books that you may know and hear the voice of the angel, hear him, for he will not pardon your transgression. Then you are telling the Lord by his own intelligence that because he has given you a will. Are you probably one that communicates with the Lord to the Lord? On what basis, on what condition you have ever communicated to the Lord? Or you only speak to the air or talk to something in the world, and then whether it happens or not, you think that is the religion, you think that is how to live a life, or you think if you pray about rain and it didn't rain, you have done something. I think you have to go into yourself again and look at, even if you have prayed and it hasn't rained, or if you want to cause a change and that change has not been effected, and you think you have worked and so you deserve a reward, I think you have to realign yourself well, because it may not sound well when you pray about something and that thing hasn't happened or that hasn't taken place and you tell me you have prayed. It won't be counted as one of the prayers, because the witness, the testimony shall be what you truly need, because the testimony of the work is the evidence, and that is the witness that the Spirit bear with you or against you. When you pray and these things happen, if it is concerning the Lord, or the concerns of the Lord are being these things you are also driven in, then yeah, then we can say that because you prayed and something happened, then you can say that day you have worked. But if you spend your whole life doing something that do not profit the name of the Lord and the works, for you are told, or you are told that it is created by the Lord, so that you are seeing what has been created, and now you also talk and nothing happens, and you think you have worked, then I think you have to align yourself again, because that is not the way of the Lord to say that it exists and you haven't seen it. So you bear false witness to what doesn't really exist. But when you say it exists and we see it, then that is the truth. But are you also a living testimony? How do you become a living testimony? A living testimony is this, that you are told Christ existed, or someone had to be given this on a particular day, and you have been that person who is delivering or who is giving out that thing. Then you have actually participated in that day's activity, whether it is prophetic or prayer or just thinking or vision that you had. Once this thing holds a tangible result, then you have worked on that day. So people may have worked for 2,000 years, yet they will have nothing, not even a single day, being ministered by the Spirit or unto the Lord. Because it is only when you fit in the right time. And the right time will always give the best answers. Yes, the intelligence will always be the greatness. Great is the Lord. Now, I have a wonderful word here that says was a brother, sister, or mother. And it's the same thing that is also giving us this guidance. So let's look at one thing here. I'm every time, ever ready and prepared for this. So let's see what today holds in the name of the scripture. So time of life right now, if I connect this with anything whatsoever I try to connect it, I should still have the right answer I'm giving you because it's the same thing I'm giving you. Now, if I had to talk about who is a brother, sister, or a mother to Christ in the heavenly kingdom, there will be a special saying. This saying goes like this. Now, to have life is written. It says, Matthew 10, verse 42. I have to just go straight to this place. Now listen, it says, and whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. Now, with this, let's see if the pastor or a prophet who stands in the name of the Lord and has not done this to me as a little one, and you think he deserves a reward in the name of the same Lord and the same scripture, if they must be given a reward, or what you suggest, even in this, you can be asked to suggest what do you think. If the whole thing has been aligned and has been laid down, that the scripture says that you do according to what you are reading, you are not doing according to your will. If you are saying the manual of life is this you have, then you have to only align yourself with this. Because if you are a prophet or a pastor or you are anything in this world or any leader, you who claim you are working in the name of the Spirit of the Lord or by the Spirit of God, you are living or by the righteousness. Where is righteousness counting? It is when you are beginning to do things according to what the scripture is saying. Now, listen very well. If you were to do this and you probably have done it and you have been given reward, then you can say, oh, you did this. So you cannot also lose your reward. Now look at it, somebody. Now let's go back to this also. We are not moving back. I'm only what? Tracking what we need again in the same way. If you are not a righteous man, if you don't do this, giving and receiving reward, or you just have to get up and say you are praying that the Lord will give you something, what do you think the Lord should give you? What should the Lord give you? What have you done for him that you just begin to pray? Like, I should just get up and say, I need US money. And then I should be in Ghana here, and then US money suddenly comes into my hand. And then I wouldn't know that I am supposed to work for it to have it also in hand. If it happens like this, you can tell me that everyone is rich in the world. Now, Matthew 10:41, it says that he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. So if you are not bold enough to receive a prophet, it means you cannot do what? You cannot receive a prophet's reward. If you receive a small level, whatever you receive, you will receive according to what you receive, a reward of it. Yeah. So the reward of someone is given according to how you receive it. So if you cannot receive a prophet, you cannot receive a prophet's what? Reward. If you cannot receive also of a righteous man, you cannot receive what? A righteous man's reward. But you should know the difference, so that when you are under a prophet, you should know that is a prophet. When you are with a righteous man, you should know how big a righteous man is in the sight of the Lord, not just as prophet. Because it's a righteous man that judges all of them. It is not a prophet that judges all of them. But if you are a prophet chosen, you know that it is righteousness that made you even the prophet. So when you know yourself as a prophet or righteous man, the Spirit will make known to you what you are in a point in time, whatever the changes may be that you have become. So he said, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. So if you have ever received a prophet in life, expect no other result than what? Than the prophet. So what is a work of a prophet? Oh, to see visions, to intercede on behalf of people, to speak on their behalf, to pray and break certain loopholes, to break certain chains, to cut certain things. To cut, yes. And just return. Yeah, to cut certain things off, to cut certain curses of generations. These are such things we can be talking of. So a righteous man would surely have it. Now listen, he says, and he, so you must listen carefully. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. You should know when a righteous man is acting and know what reward you will be given. That's why with a righteous man, you are given gifts, a lot of gifts. Rewards come your way. That is it. So you don't have to wait for a prophecy before you receive what? A prophet's reward. That is if it's coming from a righteous man. For a righteous man, his work is made manifest. It's right before you. It is instant. Right now. It could be happening now or anytime. There's no need for delay. These are some of the things that you can actually say is a sign of who has been given to it. Now, verse 40 says that he that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. And it's just connected like that. When you just deny the right person, you deny all the things. When you deny the right person, you deny the prophet, you deny the teacher, you deny the spirit, you deny all things, and you deny the material world, you deny the spiritual world. These are the things we must know. For if you are not giving all this according to how time of life should make it, then it is. Now listen, if I had to first build you to be worthy or to be rich, and you know not that you being rich, now that your work will reflect, you are now giving what? The insight of being rich and what? Given unto who has not been given. But the sign of what I should be given is that I am speaking these things to you that is not of just wealth. He's a great creator. Now, if I speak any of these things to you and you as a rich one, a rich man, and you fail to give to me what I deserve because you don't understand, then you have really been what? Rejected in all things upon the wealth. You are unwise. Now it says here, verse 39, it says, he that findeth his life shall lose it. That's why I have to first build the enemy or the world first. I have to deny it, build it, so that they will have it. And then they can want to do this. Like some of them will want to boast that I did not have this, I failed this, I didn't have that. That is the way the Lord will be judging you. Because I have first what? Build you. I have first given you what? Life, that you may see the good. Even though you didn't request this thing, but we have chosen to build you first. Because that is it. Now, if I need my life back, I should only take it back with me. Then we know that truly that is where life is coming from. So it's he that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for his name's sake shall find it. Shall do what? Shall find it. So I'll end here by just saying a word to a wise is enough. In a short term I speak, but it hasn't been that end. For there's every time a new beginnings. And that new beginnings determines the end. So whatever the end shall be like is in the beginning of whatever I'm doing now. Thank you so much. I end here so that you won't say that I get up today by this holy day or by this day I didn't participate in what I have to. I wouldn't buy internet bundle or I wouldn't sponsor my channel without making it possible in the first place. But who would give in to make it possible? It is this same thing that I didn't have that will make it possible. So it is this wisdom to have power over certain things that can actually pay you off a reward later. For do you think people just go out there in churches and or under altars and pray, just prayers, and expect something of the Lord without it themselves working for the Lord to now be given? You haven't worked for it. You are asking for it. Why do you think you to be given? You are not to be given because it doesn't make any understanding. For when you pick up Christ and you talk about Christ, you should know his works. You cannot need of the Lord if you have not worked for him. He said, they that work in the house of the Lord shall eat of that same house of the Lord. In the house of the Lord. Thank you. I'll join this broadcast in another time in the afternoon thereabout. Thank you. Shalom. Holy.